What if I told you the biggest AI story this week wasn't a new model, it was a lawsuit that could change who wins the AI race? Apple has accused OpenAI of taking one of its biggest competitive advantages. Google threw away months of work and rebuilt one of its most advanced AI models from scratch. Elon Musk just spent $60 billion to strengthen his AI empire. And AI has become such a problem that one of the internet's most important open-source projects has started shutting its doors because of it. The AI race isn't slowing down. It's getting messier. And if you blinked this week, here's everything you missed. The biggest story this week wasn't a new AI model, it was a courtroom battle. On July 11th, Apple filed a lawsuit against OpenAI in federal court. Apple's claim is simple but serious. They say OpenAI didn't just out-innovate them, they took their people, and with them, their secrets. Apple isn't naming a piece of stolen code. They're pointing at something harder to defend against, a pattern of hiring, aimed at teams that knew Apple's most confidential work. So how many people are we talking about? Over 400 former Apple employees now work at OpenAI, many of them from Apple's most secretive teams, Silicon Design and on-device AI. Apple calls this a coordinated extraction of confidential technology, not normal job-switching a strategy, and the timing makes it worse. This lawsuit landed just weeks before OpenAI's planned IPO, the exact moment a company most needs to look stable. 2 days later, things got messier. Elon Musk and Sam Altman started publicly trading shots at each other on X over the lawsuit. Now, Musk runs a rival AI company, so it's fair to ask, is this really about Apple? Or is it two competitors using someone else's lawsuit as ammunition? Either way, one of the biggest questions in AI right now isn't just, who has the smartest model? It's, who do the smartest people actually work for? While lawyers were fighting in court, Google was quietly missing its own deadline. Gemini 3.5 Pro was supposed to launch on July 17th. That date came and went with no public release. This isn't the first delay either. The model was originally expected back in June. Google actually scrapped its entire original design somewhere along the way, not tweaked it. Scrapped it after engineers found it was struggling with complex math and certain reasoning tasks. Imagine spending months building something only to decide it still wasn't good enough. Twice. The rumored specs are still massive, if it ever ships. A 2 million token context window, roughly the length of 30 entire novels in a single prompt. But here's the detail that actually matters more than the delay itself. The same week this launch slipped, 4 senior Google researchers reportedly left the company for Anthropic. Google hasn't confirmed why, but when your AI team is racing to catch competitors, and your own people are walking out the door to join one of them, in the same week your flagship model misses its deadline again, that's not just a scheduling problem anymore. If I told you someone spent $60 billion on an AI coding assistant, you'd probably think I misplaced a decimal point. But that's exactly what happened. SpaceX has agreed to acquire Cursor, the AI coding assistant, for $60 billion, with the deal expected to close later this year. It's part of a bigger pattern. Musk's companies are racing to build their own end-to-end AI stack chips, models, and now, the tools developers actually use to write code. This comes the same week Grok 4.5, Musk's AI model, opened up to the public, priced aggressively to undercut competitors. Put simply, while Apple and OpenAI were suing each other, Musk quietly spent enough money to buy a small country's economy just to make sure he isn't left behind. This last story is smaller, but it might be the most telling one. And first, a quick explainer, because you've probably used this without knowing it. CURL is a tiny piece of software that runs quietly inside almost everything you use: your phone, your car, websites, apps. It's how devices fetch and send data over the internet behind the scenes. It's not flashy, but it's everywhere. Like most major software, CURL runs something called a bug bounty program, basically, an open invitation for security researchers around the world to find flaws in the code and get paid for reporting them safely before hackers find them first. This week, CURL shut that program down. After 6 years. The reason? AI. Specifically, AI-generated noise. The program's maintainer said valid security reports had dropped to just 5% of submissions. The other 95% AI-generated junk, flooding in faster than any human team could review it. Other open-source projects are doing the same thing, now automatically closing pull requests from unapproved AI tools just to stay afloat. Think about what that means. The tools built to make software development faster are now actively drowning out the humans trying to keep the internet's core infrastructure secure. That's not a headline. That's a warning. Just think about what happened in a single week. Apple went to court. Google started over. Elon Musk spent $60 billion, and AI became such a problem that even the tools protecting the internet are struggling to keep up. This isn't just another week in tech. It's another step toward a future that's arriving much faster than anyone expected. If you don't want to fall behind, subscribe to the Tech Archive. I'll see you next week.